About a week ago, I destroyed the late game 2 Tower CHIMPS world record by achieving round 172 with the Ultra Boost and Legend of the Night. And doing this made me wonder, how much farther could you get introducing another tower to the mix? Could you possibly make it all the way to round 200? Well, today we're going to find the answer to that because I've hand selected 3 of the strongest 3 TC combinations in the entire game, but are they strong enough to hit round 200? Let's find out. Our first 3 Tower CHIMPS combination, ladies and gentlemen, is on the map of 3 mines round. You know what I'm saying, 3 mines round, 3 Tower CHIMPS. We keep in the theme of 3s in today's video, but either way, the combination is the Engineer, Super Monkey, and Spike Factory. Now I might be looking at these 3 towers and wondering, what combination are you planning on? Well, this first combination is basically just a pure DPS combo. The Engineer is going to end up being an Ultra Boost, is my thoughts. The Super Monkey is going to be the Legend of the Night, and the Spike Factory will be the Super Mines. And if I can pull off this combination, there's a couple good things and a couple bad things with it. The good things are going to be, it's just going to deal an insane amount of damage. I mean, the Legend of the Night and Super Mines are 2 of the strongest upgrades in the entire game, especially when Ultra Boosted. And the only upgrades that are really stronger than them is like Paragons or some other towers such as a Sentry Champion, which will only out DPS if you pair it with a ton of debuffs that I cannot do in a 3 Tower CHIMPS. But there is one pretty big downside of this combination, and that is the fact that these upgrades are extremely expensive, which is exactly why I'm playing on this map, because I'm going to make a bunch of extra money from removing these crystals. But just doing some mental math here, the Legend of the Night costs roughly 250,000 in total price. The Super Mines cost probably a little more than 150,000, and then the Ultra Boost costs like 100,000. So in total, it's adding up to about $500,000 I will need for all of my upgrades here, which I'm not sure how long we will have to defend to afford everything. Either way, we have an Engineer, Super Monkey, and Spike Factory start. I think we're just gonna save for this 3K removal next. And it's looking like round 32, I can afford this. There we go. Now, one thing I need to put a lot of thought into here is my order of upgrades, because I'm wondering if I should go for Super Mines first, if I should go for Legend of Night first, if maybe I should get an Ultra Boost up and start Ultra Boosting them early. And here's my current thought. I think the hardest part of this 3TC is going to be the save up for the Legend of the Night. And that should be pretty obvious, it's the most expensive upgrade. And from my experience, performing big save ups are much easier if you perform it earlier in the game opposed to later. So ideally we try to save for Legend of the Night before I get Super Mines or before I get Ultra Boost, those types of things. Just as early as possible, you know what I'm saying? Either way, am I good against these camos? I could try to get Ultra Vision. Yeah, I think I need Ultra Vision first. Thankfully for me, I removed it on this round, so we can just retry without removing. But yeah, that is going to be the play. Just rush Legend of the Night as early as I possibly can get it. And I think our next upgrade is going to be Dark Knight, which I'm pretty close to affording, but I don't know if I can beat round 47 here. What if I get even faster production? There we go, that worked. Okay. That upgrade is still cheaper than Plasma Blast. The reason why I don't want to buy Plasma yet is just I'm trying to rush all of these removals, so spending as little money on my defense is important. And I know I'm going to need Dark Knight for round 49 anyways. So let's just get this up right now. I'll end up making this money on round 53, it's looking like. So in theory, if I did back-to-back-to-back removals, 53 will make this money on 63, 73, 93. The thing is, it's definitely not going to work out in that order though, because you don't make enough money from these removals to instantly fund the next one, since they increase in price at a higher rate than the extra money you're making from it anyways. Either way, let's start this one. And I think the next purchase is actually not going to be Plasma Blasts. Instead, I'm going to start saving up for the Spiked Mines. The reason for this is if I bought Plasma Blasts, I would still be dead round 63, and I'd need to pair the 203 Dark Knight with a Spiked Mines anyways. So it makes more sense just for me to get Spiked Mines with a 103 Dark Knight, because I know this combination would defend round 63. Okay, it's looking like round 59 I can now afford Spiked Mines. Let's get you up. Just in time for these ceramics. So we love to see. Let's see if this guy souls round 63 though, it should. Especially because it's going to apply the burn early on the ceramics, and then the ceramics are going to do a bunch of laps. Yeah, this easily helps me out for round 63. Spiked Mines is absolutely goated, guys. Okay, it's looking like round 65. I can probably start this before the round ends. Actually, it's going to be really close. Please? I'm spamming it. Got it. Yes. You can see it says remove in 9 rounds, which means I did start in the previous round. And one other thing is I did actually enable mods here, just because this is not a record like the 2TC record where there's actually bookkeeping of the history of it and that type of stuff. So to give myself some quality of life purposes, we have the time machine mod enabled and the faster forward mod, which will make the recording of this video much smoother for me. Okay, we have made the money from the next removal, which puts us at 86k total money. So as I was guessing, I don't have enough money to instantly fund the 100k removal, but that's totally fine. And does this defend round 76? I guess it just depends on where the spiked mines throw. I think those are decent spots. Oh yeah, we're gonna be fine here, I'm pretty sure. Not a problem. Now, my only concern with the play of trying to remove this as early as possible is I don't know if we'll be able to defend, since it's gonna leave me completely broke for some of the difficult rounds in the 80s. And even though the Dark Knight and Spiked Mines combination is a solid one, I don't know how solid it actually ends up being here. Either way, round 79, I probably need to get Plasma Blast this round as well. Oh my gosh, wait a second. We're like completely dead. Do I go for Dark Champion? I'm gonna try it. I feel like we need Dark Champion anyways before I can perform this 100k removal, so let's just get it up right now. That'll make things pretty simple this round. We're starting this at 96, which means I'll make the money on 116. And here's the main round I'm worried about right now. 98, just because we don't have the overclock in place. This could be pretty difficult. Come on. Oop, that's a lot of Ceramics. We're good though. Overclock has been purchased. And I'm definitely going to overclock the Dark Champion pretty much the entire time. The overclock has exactly a 100% uptime on tier 4s, so it's not like alternating the overclocks would make much sense when the Dark Champion has much higher DPS than the Spiked Mines does. But yeah, at this point, I guess we just wait and see if I can defend long enough. That's going to be the challenge. Can this combo handle enough rounds to make the 160k from that removal? And it looks like I'm struggling around 103. I think I'm defending the mobs this time. Wait. Yep, we hang on. Teleport here. These ZOMGs should not be too much of an issue then. Yeah, it's looking like we defend those two. Okay. And I'm doing the math right now. Wait a second. Was it even worth for me to remove this? Even though I make 160k, I spent 100k on it, which means I'd be at 151k right now. So maybe we'll see what it ends up being like, but maybe I'd end up affording Legend of the Night earlier by not removing this, as crazy as that sounds. There's a chance the money works out that way. But I'm not sure. We'll know the answer to that in a couple rounds. Either way, it's defend round 111. We're gonna try teleporting up here. That was a really bad teleport. What am I doing? Because now my Dark Champion didn't attack for like 5 seconds, which is exactly not what you want. Even with the teleporting mistake though, maybe we can still make this happen. Oh, this round's actually not looking as bad as I thought it would be. Oh wait, that's the way out. Okay, it is looking kind of bad, but I think we can beat it just based on the fact that I had a big mistake that round.
10 years later.
I don't think I can beat this round, guys, just based on how close this is. It's not even close. We're gonna have to change our flow charting. So that's exactly what I did. I tried a couple different variants of buying upgrades to see if there's a way I can get all 3 of the 5th tiers I'm looking for. And the first of these tactics was getting Ultra Boost and Dark Champion early, which did allow me to save up for 10 times Ultra Boosted Supermines on round 128. And this combination held on for a while, until we hit a dead end on round 157, which could not be defended. And unfortunately at this point, I could not afford the Legend of the Night either. Then next I thought about this. How about we try to upgrade the Engineer as little as possible and just rush a Supermines, then get Legend of the Night right after that. And with a little bit of tinkering around for this order of upgrades, I was able to actually afford my Supermines super early on round 90, but there still was a problem with this process. Even with making all that money from the removal, I could not afford my Legend of the Night for round 140. And the Supermines without an Ultra Boost is not strong enough to handle the fortified BAD. And the crazy part about this is I'm only 1k away from affording my Legend of the Night. So I went back, redid all of these rounds, and was able to cut the Plasma Blast upgrade on my Dark Champion early, saving myself a couple $1,000s, which then allowed me to afford a Legend of the Night on round 139, just in time for round 140. Okay guys, I finally have achieved the Legend of the Night and Supermine save up. This was harder to do than I initially thought. Even with the extra cash from this map, it's difficult to afford both of these guys in the same Chimps run, with only placing 3 towers. But now that I have the Legend of the Night, we should be able to defend round 140, even without the Plasma Crosspath, just because Legend of the Night's obviously strong, and I have the portal if I need it. Let's see if I need it, though. We don't. That's good. And the next plan is pretty simple. We just want to save for the Ultra Boost, which getting Ultra Boost last is a little bit dangerous, because it's going to be hard to get 10 Ultra Boost stacks on everything with how late I'll need to purchase it, and I'm not even sure if I can defend long enough to afford the Ultra Boost, but we'll see. This is basically the order I had to build things in to make the 3TC happen to begin with. By the way, as far as a pop count check's concerned, 22.5 million on Legend of the Night, 27 million on Supermines. I'm guessing Legend of the Night will catch the Supermines just because we've had this upgrade much longer. That's why it's quite far ahead. But there's a chance the Supermines can just outdamage Legend of the Night due to the explosions in burn effect. That might give it a little bit of an edge on the total pops. Okay, round 159 is looking a little bit insane. Look at all of these ZOMGs. I think the Legend of the Night has passed the Supermines and pops at this point, yeah. Well, I guess the comparison's also not necessarily fair because I am overclocking my Legend of the Night. But even if the Supermines is out-popping it, the overclock's definitely more effective on the Legend because a lot of the Supermines pops come from the burn effect. And the burn tick rate is not affected by an overclock. So, Legend just benefits more off of it to begin with. Okay, we're now 7k away from the save up. Round 166 is looking a little bit threatening though. I might need to spend a portal on this BAD because it's on its last loop. We have been avoiding using the portal before this point, which has been really good. Let's bring you on first targeting and teleport down here. We do have some spiked mines or super mines in the back, which is going to be helpful. Hopefully I don't need a portal. I feel like I can beat this round without the portal if I retry it. This might be the best I've looked so far. We're going to teleport down here. Come on. Pop him. Wait. That's no portal used. No portal used so far. Okay. We still have some other blimps to deal with, though. Oh, this has another loop. We definitely beat this round without a portal. Let's go. Should be the round where I afford the Ultra Boost. But I might just die, is the thing. Come on. Buy it? Yes. Ultra Boost you. There we go. You ready to teleport? Now. Defend? Okay. We survived getting the Ultra Boost. That's a huge step for us, guys. Now we're going to alternate the Ultra Boost on both of these. It's worth for me to alternate it because it has more than 100% uptimes on tier 5, so we can get like 75% uptime on both of these. And that should hopefully scale our defense at a faster rate than these rounds are scaling in strength, is my thoughts. Yeah, that BAD was not difficult. Alright, and just like that, we have made it. Wait a second. Okay, we defended that. To round 172, which is the round where the Ultra Boost the Legend of the Night combination failed, so 3 Tower Chimps should be able to beat 2 Tower Chimps here, even though both of them aren't fully Ultra Boosted yet. There's 3 BDs this round though, which is kind of insane. And ideally we don't use the portal here either. This BD is pretty far on the track. This one's going to be a problem for me. I don't think I defend it. Even with a teleport. Wait, no portal, wow. How did we survive that? 6 stacks in both these guys. And stack number 10 on the Supermines as well. Let's go. Somehow we pulled off this expensive as crap 3 Tower Chimps. And at this point, we just continue to alternate the Ultra Boost stacks and see how far we can take it. Now, based on the fact that we have been struggling against some of these rounds, I'm guessing we can't take it to round 200 because the rounds are going to get much more difficult. And also, 4 BADs in round 178. That's kind of ridiculous. This round might call for a portal, in all honesty. Alternate the Ultra Boosts. Did not use a portal there, which is nice. Oh, now I used a portal. We can't use the portal early, is the thing. Trying this again. Maybe keep you on last. Try to pop the final BAD here, and tank that. Alright. Pop it. We're good. We beat 178. That does leave me portalless for these next couple of rounds, though. I have to defend this BAD without a portal, and these insides. That's gonna be difficult. Is this on its last loop? I think this might be the end, in all honesty. I'm not sure if I can beat round 179, but there's 2 BDs this round with a lot of other blimps, and I have to defend both of them without a portal, which is very difficult. I had a little bit more faith in this 3 Tower Chimps, but it only added 7 rounds, looks like, over the 2 Tower Chimps. The problem with these BDs too is they're also spread out, which makes things really difficult. Okay, we have to defend that first one, yep. But then the second one's already on its last loop, so there's no way I can get enough damage on it in time. Alright, there you go, guys. That is the end of the Supermines Ultra Boost Legend of the Night 3TC. Here's the pops of everything. On to the next combination. And that leads me to my next combination, which is switching the Spike Factory for the Village. Now, I'm sure you guys could guess what Village upgrade I'm going to be going for here. That is the Homeland Defense. So this is basically going to be like the Legend of the Night Ultra Boost 2TC, but with Homeland added for 2 times attack speed, 2 times pierce on my Legend of the Night for a short duration. Now, will it allow me to push my defenses from around 172 to around 200? I'm not entirely sure. Either way, the start of this 3TC shouldn't be too complicated. I am just going to get the classic Cleansing Foam Super Monkey start. And now we'll remove this obstacle. And then round 39, let's get Laser Blast on you. I've done these Super Monkey strats enough where I know when I need to actually buy upgrades and I know where I can greed things. Round 42, we'll start the 10k removal. Now I do need to think about where I want to place my village. That's a question that needs to be answered. Ideally, I have it in a spot where I can get Jungle Drums and the Super Monkey in the center and towards the back. On the bright side, since we will be going for Ultra Boost, I can increase the village's range a little bit, but it's not going to increase the range much from the Ultra Boost stacks. They have heavily nerfed that compared to a couple updates ago. Either way, it's looking like round 52, we can start this one. And I'm thinking, let's get the village down right about here, maybe? I'm not going to do it yet, though, because I want to make sure I have Overclock available for round 63. And then we can get Jungle Drums after that. Village here. Range, Jungle Drums. We made the money from that, too. Nice. Let's overclock my overclock for round 62. There we go. And round 63, we should be able to deal with this. I mean, you can beat this round with only Dark Knight and overclock. So adding Jungle Drums plus 17.6% attack speed, that will make quite a big difference, yeah. It looks like I don't even need to micro my Dark Champion at all, or Dark Knight at all here. We're chilling. Now, last time I did the Legend of the Night Ultra Boost combination, I did not start this removal yet, but I'm going to try it here. And the reason I didn't start last time is because I needed Dark Champion for round 76. But I'm wondering if adding a village will make it where I don't need Dark Champion for round 76, and I can just defend it with this trio. What I can also do is get Grow Blocker to help me out a little bit for the regrows, but I'd imagine we still are going to struggle quite a bit. Let's teleport. Cleansing Foam. I might be okay. It's hard to tell. Do I get another teleport available? Maybe that can work. Maybe. I can overclock my, overclock at the end of this round too, to give me a little bit better cleansing foams. Or teleport down here. No, there's no way that works. Yeah, so I'm just gonna redo these rounds with getting a Dark Champion for round 76. I should be able to forward this in time, right? Teleport down here. There we go, Dark Champion. And that easily defends round 76. Not a problem. It looks like that makes me afford this thing on round 89. So we'll make this money in round 99 now. Defending until 99 doesn't appear to be much difficult at all. I don't think I even need to micro my Dark Champion in the slightest. There we go, 72k. Do I start this removal right now? That's the question. I think I can. I couldn't do this with the Legend of the Night Ultra Boost 2TC, but the reason I can do it in this case is because I can quickly afford a Call to Arms in these next couple rounds, which will help me out a lot. All right, am I good against this? Yeah, we're chilling. Round 102. Well, actually, I'm not sure if I can do this because round 103 is probably going to kill me. And I don't have Call to Arms for this round. Yeah, so let's redo some rounds, and I'll buy Call to Arms first. Then I'll remove this afterwards. Let's see if Call to Arms helps me out for this round. It should. Makes a pretty big difference. Yep. Defending the fortified mobs is the whole difficult part of 103. Okay, let's start this removal. Perfect. That means I'll make the money from this actually on round 124, which is a good timing because 124 is a difficult round. Okay, we've made it to round 111. As you guys know, this is another difficult round. Let's teleport here. I'm actually kind of close to affording Homeland defense at this point, so that's going to be really helpful once I get Homeland on the field. So far, we're handling everything. All right, another cycle of abilities. Wait. Oh my gosh, Clutch. Call to Arms again. I think I'm dead against this last CMG, though. Wait. No, we defend. Call to Arms is OP. All we need to do is defend for another 11 rounds now, guys. Let's see Homeland defense go to work on round 116. Just absolutely shredding these ZMGs. Oh, yeah. That ability is so strong on the Dark Champion. Okay, this is one round I'm a little bit worried about because this round's hard with Ultra Boost. So I don't know if Overclock Homeland defense Jungle Drums is as strong as Ultra Boost, but I think it's probably similar overall damage. It's looking like I'm defending decently well here. Teleport, that was probably a bad teleport location though. Okay, they still got another loop remaining. Teleport here. I'll get one more homeland off as well. Yeah, we'll be fine here. If I can... Oh, no! We can definitely beat that. I died to like one ceramic. That was unlucky. Alright, third time's the charm. Homeland, overclock, and that should clear out the rest of the ZOMGs, yeah. And just like that, we have made enough money for the Legend of the Night. Let's go, dude. That's really nice. Should have smooth sailing for a long time. Now we're just gonna do 10x speed and save for Ultra Boost, which it shouldn't take very long for us to afford Ultra Boost here, I'd imagine. Alright, around 140. I doubt the speedy is gonna give me too much problems. You can defend the fortified BD, I think, with Legend of the Night alone. So adding Homeland defense and the overclock gives me a lot more damage. And we're good. Okay, we do afford the Ultra Boost now on round 147. Let's go. The 3 upgrades have been bought. Next plan's pretty simple. We just want to get 10 Ultra Boost stacks on all 3 of our towers. The main one we want to get 10 Ultra Boost stacks on is Legend of the Night, of course. Then Homeland defense takes second priority, and the Ultra Boost takes third priority. Now you can see the range difference the Homeland defense gets from every single Ultra Boost stack. It's very small, but it's still a slight difference, which will just give me a little bit more area. I can teleport my Legend of the Night at the end of the day. I ended up leaking, I think, against ceramics there. It's fine. Maybe teleport you slightly higher up so we don't miss shots. Pretty quickly here, we've made it to around 161, still defending everything with relative ease. I've got 9 stacks on the Homeland defense now, which is great. And I think at this point we'll start Ultra Boosting my Ultra Boost. That's not really going to add much damage to our setup, but every little bit helps, you know. There's no reason not to do this if I can still defend the rounds without keeping the overclock stack on my Legend of the Night. Okay, and just like that, we've got 10 stacks on the Ultra Boost as well. So now I can just use every single stack on my Legend of the Night without feeling bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Round 170. We're 2 rounds away from the 2 Tower Chimps world record. Let's use Homeland here. With Homeland and all of the Ultra Boost stacks on the Legend of the Night, it just absolutely shreds everything. The other great part about the Homeland defense is it's going to allow me to use strong targeting against BADs, because we just will have so much Pierce to deal with everything else that the shots aren't really going to get blocked too much, which was an issue I was running into during the 2 Tower Chimps video. Now the question remains, can we push this to round 200? Because the difference between Blimp's strength and speed on round 175 and round 200 is quite significant. I don't know if this can make it that far. Okay, we actually just activated the portal on round 175. I doubt that's gonna be a problem though. It was just a mistake in targeting, that's the reason it activated. If I end up dying to 176, then we can go back in time. But it looks like 176 was easy. And I should have the portal back off cooldown pretty soon anyways. Alright, this round actually could be a problem. 4 BADs is kind of ridiculous. Keeping you on strong, maybe even target it here. Homeland. I don't know if that teleport location... Oh, I just used portal, didn't I? I don't think I needed a portal there to defend those, but it's fine. Alright, so far Homeland has added 10 rounds to the previous 2 TC score. And I haven't needed to rely on the portal much yet. Mostly just due to mistakes in targeting is when I've used the portal. But this round could be a portal round. I think I can beat those DTs without it. Alright. Teleport, yep. Homeland again. Alright. Take 2 on this. No, I think I just need to use a portal this round. Which means if round 183 is really difficult, this is going to be the end of the 3 TC, unfortunately. I don't think I'm defending this round, I'll be honest, guys. Without a portal. There's 3 BDs and then there's a bunch of other random stuff. Now, obviously, if I had a better seed with, like, rounds that ended up being better for this combination, I could make it farther than round 183. However, there's no doubt in my mind, even with like the best seeds, this combination would make it to round 200. Having a better seed typically makes a difference of like 5 rounds or so, not 17 rounds. So on to the third combination, which this last combination is going to be on logs, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think we'll need the extra money from 3 mines round. And playing on logs is going to be a huge advantage because this map is significantly easier than 3 mines round as well. Either way, we're going to start with Ezili right here. Combination at play here is going to be Ezili with the Ultra Boost and Legend of the Night. And I think we're going to have our engineer up here, which might seem like a weird location, but I have done a lot of testing with this combination, because I'm pretty sure it's the most promising one to make it to round 200. And I need to have my engineer at the top, or more so at the top, due to the fact de-regrowing balloons with the cleansing foam is going to be really important on round 79 in particular. So having the cleansing foam as far forward as possible is basically my goal here. Either way, with an Ezili engineer start, this should be able to handle long enough to get a super monkey on the field. And that looks to be the case. Round 19 we get it. I think I'll just have the super monkey placed in this location. The location of the super monkey doesn't really matter too much at the start because we'll be able to teleport it with Dark Knight and Dark Champion, obviously. And the other nice part about having Ezili in this combination is I don't really need to buy the cleansing foam early because Ezili takes care of camo and lead balloons for us. So I think because of that, we can probably just start saving up for the Dark Knight as soon as possible. Now, some of you guys might be wondering why I was worried about region rainbows on round 79 if I have Ezili's Heartstopper ability to begin with. The thing about that is the Heartstopper doesn't have near 100% uptime, and since round 79 in particular has regrow balloons for a very long duration, the Heartstopper doesn't really make that much of a difference that round. And we're going to crosspath the Dark Knight as well. I'm not sure if this combination defends round 61 though, is my only thing. We might die to these regions without a crosspath Dark Knight. Teleport? I guess that teleport didn't really do anything. And now here's my question. Can we beat round 63 without an overclock? I think it's possible, but I'm not sure if my Ezili's in the correct positioning to make this happen. Ezili on strong, we'll put this on strong as well at the start. I don't know if my Dark Knight's in a good positioning either, because look at this, it's not attacking for a good bit of time here. Teleport to this location. We defend the first wave. Second wave is giving me problems though. Teleport. I think we're just gonna buy overclock. Alright, third and final wave. Come on. Defend. I think we're okay here. We're gonna teleport in a second. Oh yeah, we're good. That wasn't too bad. And this should be pretty smooth sailing until round 76, 78, and 79. I think those are going to be the main ones we have to worry about next. Alright, in order to better prepare myself for round 76, I'm going to try overclocking Ezili right now, because in theory, I should be able to have overclock available on both Ezili and my Dark Knight at the same time, because it has over 100% uptime. But I do need to somehow beat round 75 in the process. Let's use it now. Alright, that actually might be great timing. Because now I have overclock back and yes, this is perfect. Start it. Let's go grow blocker now. Wait, overclock? Kind of was late to the overclock, but it's fine. Teleport here. Oh, we're chilling. This works 100%. There we go. Okay, and I've employed the same tactic for round 78 here, where I have both Ezili and the Dark Knight overclocked. Let's see if that allows me to defend this wave of ceramics. Quite a bit bigger than the round 63 wave. Looks like I do. And what I actually need to do as well is target this cleansing foam away, because the second wave of ceramics is camouflaged, which should be decently easy for me to do. Oh wait, I need to keep this on last targeting as well for these purples. Let's redo that. But yeah, as I was saying, the second wave of ceramics is camouflaged, and the Dark Knight has extra camo damage, so not decamoing them is important. Just keep this guy on last, and I'm sure the engineer can pop every purple down. Because ideally we don't use Heartstopper here either, and we save it for round 79. Okay, here we go. Camos. Teleport. Let's actually target the cleansing foam back on the field now. And look at how easy this camo wave is to defend. The extra damage on the Dark Knight makes a big difference. Here's round 79 though. Oh wait, we actually want to put that on first targeting. Yeah. So we're not hitting the balloons far back. It looks like the engineer is basically de-regrowing everything with this positioning. I was wondering if it would have the Pierce to de-regrow everything. If there is a few regrows that get by, we can use the Heartstopper ability too. Alright, we're handling. Dark Champs 60k. Let's teleport here. Overclock again. If I did not de-regrow all those balloons, we would have been in trouble. Just like that, we have Dark Champion. Let's go. Now here's the thing with the save up for Legend of the Night, which is going to be really difficult. $179,000 save up, and we're not on 3 mines round, so we're not making any extra income. But I've done some testing, and I think the best order to do this is not getting Ultra Boost. Because if I get Ultra Boost, that puts the save up for Legend of the Night into like the 140s, 150s. Which is just simply too late, and the rounds get too difficult. So I need to perform the save up with just an overclock Dark Champion and Ezili here. I'm also going to keep the cleansing foam targeted away from this point forward because we don't really want to decamo anything. It's just going to be DATs coming out, and that extra camo damage can help us out quite a bit. Okay, I've pretty quickly made it to round 98 here. Let's use the Hex and hopefully shred a lot of this stuff. I probably need to use teleport here. Actually, no I don't. We can just keep the Dark Champion locked in place at the start. We don't have level 20 Ezili yet, but we'll get that soon. That's going to be one of the main things carrying this run. The level 20 Hex is so strong. And there we go, we get an Insta Monkey as well. I'll take that. Free play time. Alright, here's another big ZOMG round. 111. Let's wait to Hex until they're damaged a lot now. Oh, we popped into BFBs. I could have done the Hex on strong targeting, which might have been better, but I don't think I would have popped very many fortified ZOMGs that were hexed, because the Hex would have targeted those. We're up to 130k though, which is, what, 40k away on save up? Let's try Hex on strong now. And maybe this guy on strong? Try to take out some fortified ZOMGs. Can I take out the last one? Yeah, there we go. I think we'll be okay here if I don't pop too many of these BFBs at once. Teleport. First targeting? I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Man. Okay, attempt number 2, we're looking much better. Hex on strong now. This should be able to handle the rest. I can teleport backwards if I need to. Now we're good. Just like that, we've hit level 20 Ezili as well. Round 119 should not be a challenge either with the level 20 Hex. I think just 2 Hex activations and we can defend everything. Yep. I might actually be able to afford Legend of the Night in time for round 124, which is good. Hex again. Maybe switch to first. I had on strong for a little bit. We're handling. 1 more teleport's available. Do I need it? I don't need it. Okay. Yeah, if I can have Legend for round 124, that's going to be really big for our setup. 123 should be easy. ZOMGs are not really a problem for this with Ezili, because the Hex is just so strong. And here we go. We'll afford it mid-round, it looks like. Alright, don't use Hex yet. We want to wait till I'm attacking. Now. Please. We're almost there. There we go, Legend of the Night has been purchased. Oh my gosh, that's huge. Should be really smooth sailing for a while now. Don't think we'll have any problems saving up for Ultra Boost. And I mean, the Legend of the Night Ultra Boost combination made to around 172 on 3 mines round. Logs is a significantly easier map here. It's a longer map. The track layout is better in my opinion for defending stuff because you can easily target the first balloon without getting blocked from the overlapping. And then on top of that, having Ezili just to insta-kill a ton of blimps is going to be really nice as we get deeper into the free play and more BADs come out. I think this combination is going to be solid. Alright, round 140 fortified BAD. Bye-bye. Ezili takes care of that. And now we're past round 140. This is where things start to get a little bit more scary. And just like that, on round 153, I should be able to afford this Ultra Boost. Let's Hex the BADs. Fortified DTs are the biggest threat right now, which is not really what you'd normally expect. Normally you think BADs are going to be the hardest thing to deal with, or just the sheer density of like a ton of random blimps. But with this combination, Fortified DTs are the main thing I'm worried about. And that's because the Hex doesn't really help you out much against them, while the Hex helps you out a ton against everything else. Either way, we're going to start getting the Ultra Boost stacks in here. I want to get 10 on Ezili as well, of course. Okay, round 166, I now have 10 stacks in both of these. That's what we're looking for. I guess we can get 10 stacks in our Ultra Boost, but that won't really make much of a difference. As far as pop counts are concerned as well, 15.8 million on Ezili, and then we've got 61 million on this Legend of the Night. 166 goes down though, which means we're on round 167. You know what I'm saying, my favorite number. Well, 1 and then my favorite number. Love to see that. I guess besides fortified DTs, BADs could become a problem later in the game as well, if it's just around where I get like 5 of them or something absurd. But I don't think it's going to be an issue, is my hope. I think every single Hex does roughly 1.5 BADs worth of damage, and I can get like 2 or 3 Hexes off per round, so really I won't start struggling against the bads mid-round unless there's like 5 or more, is my thoughts. And I'm not sure if that's necessarily possible, even though the rounds are randomized. As I've said before, they're randomized within parameters. So it's not like I'm going to be able to get 10 BADs in a round, for example. Big fortified DT round. Teleport here. Are we handling? And I don't have the portal available either. Wait a second. This could be a little bit problematic. Okay, yeah, this is going to work out much better, I think, because now we don't have like any blimps blocking. I bet we defend all of the DTs here. Yep, that wasn't even close. Okay. I'm telling you guys, targeting can make the biggest difference with Legend of the Night. It is one of the most target-dependent towers in the entire game. And just like that, we have made it past round 182, so we have a new record for the 3 TC, guys. This is big. Yeah, let's try using a portal against these fortified ETs. See how that ends up playing out. But then there's more DTs afterwards, and I can't portal these ones. So I need to defend the second wave. Alright, DTs. Wait, second wave? Get defended? There we go. Okay. I think I'm good against this round then, if we beat the second wave. As long as we can just defend the rest of this stuff, which shouldn't be too bad. We're actually going to use the Hex on first targeting. And now bring it back to strong. And that should deal with the rest of this random stuff. 16 more rounds till I make it to 200. Wait, I need to defend these DTs without... yeah, that's good. We defend them. Without a portal, because the portal is not going to come off cooldown until probably around 185. Now, one thing I did do before this run, which is going to help me out a lot in these upcoming rounds, is I had my man Dogs, who is the creator of the free play database I've talked about in some of my videos, and he found a seed that has a minimal amount of fortified DT rounds from 185 to 190. So that's going to help me out a ton in this 3 Tower Chimps combination from this point forward. Normally you don't seed search to minimize DT rounds, you seed search to minimize like B80s or something else. And it's kind of hard to do because every single round normally has a decent amount of B80s. But DDTs are a little bit less common, where seed searching for them can make a big difference in the outcome. But yeah, let's get to round 200 here, guys. We are officially back. Well, I am back. For you guys, there wasn't really a break in the video. I actually just finished an 11-mile run. Needed to get some adrenaline flowing going into these last 10 rounds of the game, you know what I'm saying? Lots of blimps this round. Let's go Hex on strong. Actually, there's no DTs though. Only one BD as well. So even though there's a ton of blimps, this round in total should be pretty easy for us. Yeah, it looks like Legend of the Night with 10 Ultra Boost stacks can still handle these rounds relatively easily. Maybe I can beat all these... I think I have to use Hex again this round though. I was gonna say, maybe I can beat all of these fortified ZOMGs without it, but I doubt. Teleport? Yeah, I don't want to use Portal. It's better to just use the second Hex. Okay, we're gonna use the second Hex right away as well. That way, hopefully, I get it back off cooldown for around 195, or at least have it somewhat off cooldown. Let's see if this can allow me to defend the fortified ZOMGs. And we got like halfway off cooldown, that's something. Okay, this round's looking a little bit absurd. Tons of fortified ZOMGs. If I can get a Hex on first targeting, I should be able to clean up a ton of these ZOMGs at once. Come on, don't pop it yet. Don't pop it, don't pop it. Hex spam. There we go. First. Just jump to all of these fortified ZOMGs for me. Yes. But then I'm also going to deal with that BD in the back. This round's going to be hard. I need to somehow get like every single fortified ZOMG down to last damage stage and then Hex them in a fast succession. Alright. Hex. Now. Teleport here. Come on, just jump through everything. Yes. This is perfect. I'm gonna have to use Hex on strong now. And just defend everything else with the Legend of the Night, please. I think I did it. I think I did it. There we go. Now we need to beat round 196 without a portal as well. This round's actually looking incredibly easy. At the start, at least. Could bite my words later in the... if that's it, this round's super easy. Yeah. Okay. We got an easy one. Round 197. Release the fortified DTs. Here they are. Actually, since there's no other blimps really blocking them... Oh, I still can't defend them. See what I'm talking about? Like, fortified DTs at this point are so strong. That was kind of crazy. Without other blimps blocking them, we still have to use portal. Strong. Hex. It should be able to kill the BD and then maybe a couple of the ZOMGs as well. Yep. Alright, 197 was not too bad with that portal used. But you guys know what that means. That means I'm not going to have portal available for 198 and probably not available for around 199 either. Hex on first real quick. Just to help me out for this ZOMGs. Deal with some of the density. Bring you here. DDTs. They're unfortified though. It looks like I defended them. Hex on strong. Alright, hopefully after this Hex finishes off the BD, we can have it jump to a lot of these fortified ZOMGs. It's looking like that's the case at the moment. We've dealt with a decent amount of them. Still quite a bit remaining though. I might need to use a second Hex against these. I probably do. So let's try not to pop a single one yet. Divvy up the damage. Okay, let's use it now. And that'll pop all of the rest of them. Yeah, we're good. That does leave me going into round 199 without Hex much off cooldown at all. But I think I might have portal back at this point. Alright, let's go Hex on strong. And then after Hex finishes on strong, we can probably bring it to first. And maybe pop some of these fortified ZMGs with it, if they don't pop beforehand. Yes. Good. Good jumps, good jumps. Okay, this is the part of the round that gets interesting. I think we're gonna use Hex again on strong. And hopefully deal with a lot of the ZMGs with it. We still have the portal available this round if it comes down to it, which we might need just due to the sheer amount of ZMGs remaining. Come on, Hex. Go crazy, Hex. Go crazy, Hex. This is what I'm looking for. That was a lot of chaining. That was good. Teleport here. New teleport location unlocked, guys. Hold the line, Legend of the Night, yes. Hex again on strong? Or first? First. What do we do first? That should defend the rest. I think we did. Pause? Wait, do I need teleport here? No way. You actually gotta be joking. That one ceramic's gonna cost my portal. I can't let the portal be used this round. Well, maybe I can, but I'd rather not. Yes, Hex on first now. Come on. Defend everything, Legend of the Night. I know you can. We're much farther than... Yep, we did it. No portal used. Round 200. I forget what actually comes out this round, so I wanted to make sure I had portal available. I think it's a set seed round. Is it just 2 fortified BDs? Probably don't even need portal this round then. But I think with that, guys, we have successfully done the 3 TC round 200. What a play. It has been quite the journey getting this far. Obviously, we're going to push past 200. But the thing is, I did not seed search for seeds that have, like, no fortified ETs after this point. So we could just get ruined by a couple fortified ET rounds. And besides that, there is just stricter ramping and a bunch of other things at this point, too. Yeah, for example, these fortified ETs, I need to use the portal here. I think I can beat round 201, though. But obviously, that puts me in a precarious situation for round 202 if there's DTs in that round as well. Let's actually teleport you away. Can I get this back? Alright, Hex now. I waited to use my Hex this round, and the reason for that is I can only use 1 Hex on round 201 with how the timings work out. So waiting to use it is going to make it actually more effective, because then the ZMGs are weak, and I can hopefully just Hex everything at once. I don't know if that's going to work out, though. Teleport? Nope. Come on. Pop it, and then chain to the ZMGs. Yes. This is much better. I think we've done it, maybe. I don't know if I can pop these BFBs, though. I think I'm dead. I need to deal with every single fortified ZMG with that Hex. Alright, I've tried this round many times. I think it's possible, but an hour deep into it, I think we're going to call it in 201, guys. But there you go. 236 million pops on the Legend of the Night. 84.3 on Ezili. 300k on the Ultra Boost. What a crazy 3 Tower Chimps adventure. And if you guys do enjoy this content, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see how far a 4 Tower Chimps can make it. I'm out. Peace. Have a good one.